Hello dudes, it's me Alanis10 here, back with another Wynncraft quest guide. Today we're taking a look at Bob's Lost Soul. It's a level minimum of 45 and a long quest. Talk to Tarad in Nessak's forest at those coordinates. We're gonna start off by clicking to track it. We are starting in Nessak, and for this quest you're gonna need a Deathless scroll for making traveling easier, as well as a Nessak scroll, as well as some other items that we get throughout the quest. So let's start by heading over to the west here, leaving Nessak and crossing this bridge, and we'll find Tarad just along the road right over here. Here we speak to Tarad. He's gonna give us a mission to go investigate a tomb. So we finished talking to him, and now we go and find Bob's tomb. So we're gonna go back to Nessak here. And then we're gonna go through Nessak to the east. So we just continue along here and we cross the ice. And then right over here by the mountains, we'll find a cave here. And this will be the tomb we're looking for. So now as you enter, you get a quest book update, and we just head back to Tarad saying we found the tomb. And here we are, speak to Tarad. Now he's going to tell us to go and see a friend of his over in Breminglar. But before we go, we need to collect two items. We need a rose and a Bob's tear. Now Bob's tear you can get from mobs that spawn in the Nessak forest. So any of these enemies nearby can drop a Bob's tear. You can also go to Ragni and look for the Bob the zombie enemy, which also drops a Bob's tear. And then to get a rose, we just go back to Nessak here. And then we're gonna go over to the north, following the road. And then we continue over along here to the north. And then right over here by the tool merchant, we find this house. We enter the house, and then a witch will spawn in here, which you can attack to get a rose. You just need one. There we go. And then once you have a Bob tear and a rose, we can take a teleportation scroll over to Deathless. There we are, and now we can make our way over to Breminglar by just going north. And then here at this intersection, we can go to the northeast along this road. And then here we are at Breminglar. And then over here to the right, we will find Weedif. So we speak to him. There we are. And now we give one Bob tear and one rose that we collected before. There we go. Now Weedif tells us to go and see a blacksmith over near Turnaves, so we just take this road over to the south and we follow this. And then here at this intersection we turn to the left. And then at Turnaves, we instead turn to the right and continue down here. And then over here in this first building, we'll find the blacksmith. We talk to him. And he's going to tell us that we need to get a depressing stick, a depressing spear, a depressing bow, and a depressing shear. Now these are weapons, level 1 weapons that you can get in a few ways. I'm going to show you one way to get them and explain the other 2 ways. So by far the easiest and fastest option would be to go over to Dallas over there and go to the trade market and buy these weapons. The sort of second easiest will be going to Nesak, and I'll show you what that is. And then the other way is by going to Ragni. Level 1 monsters around Ragni can rarely drop the depressing weapons, although it can take some time to get them. Otherwise, you can go and scroll back to Nesak like this. And in Nesak, monsters around Nesak can also drop the weapons. But there is another way made specifically for this quest. So if we go first to the south here, and then we continue along this road, over here we take a right and continue to the west. We'll see this first ruin here. We go towards the ruin and we'll see this effervescent dagger. We attack it and pick it up. And then we gotta do this parkour. Let's just deal with these enemies real quick. So first we gotta do this parkour. Oh. And then we bring the dagger up here. And then it converts to a depressing shear. So that's the first weapon. Next, we can just jump down into the water here and then go back on the road. And then we go over to the north. So we just follow the road to the north. And then at this tower, we turn to the left. And then here, we'll see an archer standing in the middle. And you can just attack that. This will give you the bow in your inventory, like so. So we got the bow. Then we just leave here and we take the path we took before. And we continue this time over to the east. So at this intersection, we can just cut through the forest like this and just go straight to the east until you see this house covered by ice. It's also right in front of the sea skipper at Nesak here. So here we enter this house here. And we can find this wizard. We can talk to him and he'll explain this puzzle. And then we can pick up the teleporter core. Then we can go into here. And this is a teleportation puzzle. Every time this you step on one of these, it will rotate you 90 degrees in sort of a square or a circle every time. So first you go over to the right, then you go back, then you go left, then you go up, and then you go back to the right, and so on. So the solution I have for this, which might not be the best or easiest solution, but first we go over to this front one here. We step on that, and then you click to teleport, and it will teleport us to this new room of 4. And then in this one, we go over to this one over here. And then we click and it will teleport us backwards. Then we can teleport over to the side. And then we can go into this one again and go forward. And then we can go on this one and go to the right. And then we can just attack to pick up a stick. We don't need all of these. Give us a few too many. Just need one. And then you can exit. And that's how you get the depressing stick. And then we can just go over to the river here. And we can just jump across the river. Here we are, right by the sea skipper. And then we can just go over to the east from here. joining the road, and then by these boulders we continue to the east, and then we enter this cave right here. And then in this cave we'll need to get 5 paws from these monsters. These ones we need 5, and then we'll get the spear. Let's see, 3, 4, just need 1 more. Oh, there's 1 more. There we go. Once you have 5 of them, we can just click on the spear. Let's see if it's gonna let us get the spear. There we go. And then we get the spear and we can exit. And that's how you can get all the items. There we go. And now we can just take a scroll back to Deathless. There we go. And now we can go back to the blacksmith. And here we are. And now we give all the weapons to the blacksmith. And now we can go and talk to Weedif over in Breminglar. So we go back to Breminglar by just following the road we took before going north. Here we are, and now we speak to Weedif again. There we go. And now we can go back to Nesak by taking a scroll. There we are. And now we can go back to the tomb. So we just go over here and then go over to the east. And then we cross the ice and go back to the tomb. And then we enter this time. And we go down here. Watch out for the mobs. And then right under the staircase, we step on this pressure plate and we enter and we get a quest book update. And then we return to Tarod in the forest. So we just go the way we went before and go over to the west. And here we are, and now we speak to Tarod. And there we go, quest completed, Bob's Lost Soul, 55,000 experience points, access to Bob's tomb, and Bob's Battle chestplate, this chestplate over here. And that is it for this quest guide. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!